Hello，各位同学们，大家晚上好，欢迎来到今天的讲座。好，那我们今天呢，也请 Matthias 老师来为我们讲解。其实我不知道今天主题是什么哦，所以我们的 Matthias 老师等一下开始接讯，然后看他今天有什么启发性的讯息要给大家。那我们今天有中文口译，还有广东话哦，所以我们现在这一次是即时的同步的口译，所以请大家如果要听中文或广东话，请按下面球体选你想要的语言。So today is a simultaneous translation. So we have Cantonese and Chinese. Okay, and then you can start now. So let's welcome Matthias. 我们欢迎马老师。
Hey, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Well, hello and welcome everybody to today's webinar. And I'm very excited to be starting up with a prayer and to have permission to scan all of you. Of course, you can switch on your cameras if you want to. I have a big screen in front of me so I can see all of you. Okay, so I want you to take a deep breath in. Imagine energy coming up through the bottoms of your feet, going through your body, making a beautiful ball of light on top of your head. I want you to imagine that you're in that ball of light and you go up past the universe through layers and layers of light, through a golden light, through a thick jelly-like substance and into a tingling white light. I want you to take a deep breath in and just relax there for a second. I'll open with a prayer. Creator of all that is, Atanaha, all that is. Creator, we thank you for this day. We thank you for our life. Thank you for all that we are and all that we will be. Thank you, Creator, that you help us and guide us. Thank you, Aho. Now I'll scan all of you. Perfect. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about wisdom a little bit, just a little bit. Because, well, one thing which we actually get from our ancestors is wisdom. We have in our ancestral line, we have a lot of knowledge, wisdom, abilities, virtues, which are stored and which we can basically access through our genetics, through our genetic level. And oftentimes when we start with healing work, well, we start by changing some beliefs. And usually we start on the core level with everything which happened to us in our life, okay? And then we actually start to go deeper and we learn more about the technique, we learn more about the digging styles, and we learn that, well, there is actually beliefs which come from our ancestors. And at the beginning, we think all those beliefs, they are negative beliefs. We think, oh, they gave us all their things to clear up. Everything which they haven't cleared yet, we have to clear now. And it kind of frustrates us for a moment, right? Well, basically, that frustration you should not have because everything which we have taken from our ancestors is actually something which teaches us something in our life. It is a lesson for us to take, a lesson for us to bring forward. And those lessons, they teach us virtues, and those virtues, they help us to gain back our abilities. So that means the more virtuous thoughts we have in our vibration, the easier it is for us to actually use our abilities to be in a higher vibration. And the easier it is for us to be the person we want to be. And that makes it also easier to manifest. It makes it easier to create your life. And it makes it easier to live your life because less and less drama is involved in that situation, okay? So when we start with Theta Healing, we often work with belief work, we work on the core level, we work on the genetic level, we even work on a history and soul level to change those beliefs, to find out what we've learned and to integrate those learnings. And that is already an amazing step. That is already an amazing thing to do. So now we have actually a new class which just came out. And that class is called quantum jumping. And quantum jumping is something you really want to check out because it takes things a little bit deeper. So in order to come to a quantum jumping class, you actually need to have basic, advanced, dig deeper, and you and the creator practitioner. That is because you need to have the basic discernment, you need to have the foundational technique, you need to be able to go into a theta state of mind, things like that, you know. Because during the class, what we actually do is we go deeper into that aspect of genetics, into the aspect of history, but also deeper into an aspect of future and of decision making and more. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, it is actually easy once you're there and you experience it. To explain it, it's a little bit harder. Because in quantum jumping, what we basically do is we'll take you on journeys to go deeper into a theta state of mind. So we are actually using crystals to go back into our genetics, to retrieve virtues, to retrieve abilities, to retrieve things. Okay? So everything which during digging we sometimes find out what we have in our genetics, we can integrate those learnings. Well, those learnings, they come with an energy, we have to practice them. And well, sometimes it takes longer for us to really truly accept that energy in our life. So with the quantum jumping technique, we actually go back and we retrieve the energy of that variability or the energy of that very virtue and bring it forward in your DNA so that you can embrace it faster, which will actually increase your vibration and which will make it so that you can actually, well, use that ability or use that virtue faster, better, sooner. And that can actually make it so that you can embrace your manifestations, that you can embrace your dreams faster, better, sooner. Because all is interconnected. As long as we are struggling, we learn from struggles. We are struggling, and that is a lesson which we are currently having in our life. So the moment we actually realize what kind of lesson it is, we can start to let go of it. But what if we can already retrieve certain virtues, certain abilities, which are already in our genetic, just ready for the taking? Wouldn't that make our life a little bit easier? Wouldn't it make it easier to, well, actually access that wisdom and that knowledge which is already in our DNA and bring it forward? Well, just a little disclaimer, you still have to practice it. You still have to accept it in your life. I mean, if we go to an ancestor, we get back kindness, and then you are unkind to everybody, well, that kindness will not stay forward in your DNA. It's still there. You cannot lose it because it's there. But if you don't use it, then, well, it's like a tool which you have in your wardrobe, you know? If you have a broom in your wardrobe, that doesn't mean that your house is clean. You have to use your broom in order to clean your house, right? So it is a simple thing. Once we bring them forward, they are ready. They are there. We can use them. And as we use them, we actually start to really bring that energy forward, to really actually embrace those abilities, those virtues. And that is only one small, tiny little part of the quantum jumping class. So the whole class is actually designed to teach you those jumps, those journeys, to go and retrieve things. And we can retrieve things, of course, from a genetic level, like I explained now, but we can also retrieve things from a history level. We can actually jump to different times and histories. We can verify things which we have always been curious about. And we can even check out future things. So much like the exercise of remembering your future or actually future reading, in the quantum jumping class, we have a future exercise which can help you to make decisions, which can help you see the outcome of your decisions more clearly, and which can actually help you to, well, make better decisions, faster decisions, and to learn to see the future more clearly. The whole class is built so that we do many quantum jumps each day. So we'll do, well, many each day. At the beginning, you will do them with a partner so that you can learn to bring somebody into that theta state of mind deeper, so that you learn how to use the tools. Tools are actually crystals. and so that you learn how to guide somebody. Because you can use this technique also with your clients. It could be a whole extra offering which you can do. But of course, those quantum jumps, they only work in person. You cannot do them online. You cannot guide somebody online because you need to be there to guide them. And that is a very important thing, the guiding part, you know? And then during the class, we'll actually first have you practice together. But then at a certain point, there will be a change where we will actually guide you, like the teachers, which will be in this case, Brandy and me, will be actually guiding you through those journeys so that you can all together lay down and have an experience, which will be a deep experience because of the group consciousness in the room, because of all the crystals, and because of being guided into that jump. You will actually have amazing results. So what we do during the class is we'll start by training you to go a little deeper. And we'll start by using crystals, which will actually enhance the effect of going into a theta state of mind. But we don't want you to be attached to tools, because you should be able to go deep anytime. You should be able to go deep with and without crystals, you know? So what we do during the course of the class is we'll reduce the amount of crystals until at the very last day, you will no longer need them and be able to go deeper anyway. And that is the cool thing. So we'll actually train your brain to go into a deeper theta state of mind. And while doing that, we'll retrieve several things. There is a lot of different exercises which we do during the quantum jumping. As I said, the one is with the genetic level, the one is with the history level. We do a spiritual shape-shifting. Some of you which have done the Planes of Existence 1, you might know that exercise. But we'll do it again just as a practice, you know? And then we'll do an exercise with the future. We'll do a partner journey exercise. We'll do another exercise with the history level. And we'll do actually an exercise where we, well, play a little bit with your health to improve that, just so you know. So, and there is more. The quantum jumping class is truly a deep and amazing experience. And if you feel called for the class, you should probably listen to that, because it has opened up a whole layer of depth, and it actually gives you an extra tool into your day-to-day life. It gives you a tool which you can use with your clients. So it's not only for yourself, but you can also use it for clients. So I have actually used it with a client. I have this one client, and he is, well, a construction worker, you could say. He does not believe in past lives. So his belief was that we live this one life, and when we're gone, we're gone. He didn't really believe in God either. When the creator, no energy of creation, he just believes in a kind of a life force. He thinks there must be something, you know, but he doesn't know really what it is. And he doesn't really want to find out. He's not really interested in that. But he was sent to me by his wife, and his wife believes in a lot of things. And his wife actually sent him to me because he had a heart rumor. And we did some sessions and worked on the beliefs. And well, maybe you have worked with somebody like that. It's not always easy to do belief work with somebody who doesn't really believe in an energy of creation. But nevertheless, he wanted to work on it. So consciously, I think he had a little bit of belief. He was just like not always open to share, you know. So I worked with him, and at a certain point, I actually ran into a point where I couldn't really reach him anymore, because he was disconnected from his feelings a little bit, you know. So I said to him, well, maybe it would be good if we would do quantum jump, if we would use crystal to bring you deeper into your emotions, you know. So he said, of course, I'm open to anything. I'm here, and it seems to help. He was there for like 2 sessions and he felt better. So that opened him up for possibilities, you know. So I did one of those jumps into his genetic life where his heart rumor started. Okay. So there we actually put him down and we guided him with the crystals around him. And he then explained to me in detail his vision. And he was like a fisherman and he was standing in a lake and he said, oh, I just grabbed the fish. I can see the fish. Wow, it's a beautiful fish and the colors, you know. So he was so detailed in his explanation that after that quantum jump, we actually went through that life. We went with purpose because we wanted to figure out what happened, what he learned from that lifetime. And then we actually came back to his life, completed that lifetime, of course, and we changed it in his life. We did a healing on exactly that. We changed those beliefs for him because he had the same set of beliefs. He just wasn't open to realize them, you know? But looking at it in that ancestor's lifetime, he was open. So we changed that. And that was the last session he ever had. Okay. Why? Not because he wasn't happy, because his heart rumor healed. He actually had no problem anymore after that session. And you know what else? He now believes in past lives. And he now started to read like books. He actually ordered books on theta healing. He wanted to learn everything about theta healing, you know, because he was so impressed with that experience. So you see, all those techniques, they actually have a purpose and they can help us help others. They can help us help ourselves. And the quantum jumping class is truly something which will help you to, well, take the next step forward. It is an amazing experience. I can tell you, we have had the first class in March in Switzerland. Vienna was teaching it, and we had like 150 people there, and 150 people had to lay down on the floor to do a quantum jump, and were guided. And the energy of that exercise or those exercises, they are amazing. They are, well, impressive. And they will actually help you to go deeper into your theta state of mind so that you can have deeper experiences, that you have better results in your work, in your manifestations, in your life. And if that is something which is interesting for you, then you should come and check it out. I mean, I'm only giving you teasers, and some of the things I'm not even there to say in a webinar because you have to see it live. So therefore, well, you'll have to come to see the full extent of this class. This is not your usual digging and working on beliefs class. Of course, we'll have a digging in there because, well, it will bring up some issues, especially retrieving things. Sometimes gives us this feeling of, oh, am I even allowed to do that? Can it be that easy, you know? So we have to work on that to open up for the possibility. But then we are actually ready to do more and more jumps. And well, it is a 3-day class. It is only in person because, well, we need to be there. We need to have the crystals. You need to have the supplies. We need to be there to actually hold the energy. That's why it doesn't work online, you know? So if you're interested, check it out because I will actually be traveling, and I will be traveling first to Taipei City and then to Shanghai City. And we'll be teaching together with Brandy the quantum jumping class. So that means I'll be in person at the location, hold space to be there to lecture, and we'll stream in Brandy for part of the lecture. And she will also be there to hold space and to guide through the exercises as well. So we split the class, we teach together. We do that quite often when a class is new, because that way we can both hold the energy. Because one thing which happens when you have a new class is that the energy is so new that you have to have a little bit more power to hold the energy, so to say. So teaching it together makes it more powerful, and we love that energy. So if you're interested in that special combination, and if you're interested in coming to an in-person seminar, with us, then you should definitely check it out. And there is actually still scholarships available, so you can apply for them directly through thetahealingevents.com. And if you need any other assistance, you can reach out. You can see how we can help you. But it is something special, especially because this will be like a very new seminar. It's the first time it is taught in Asia, and therefore the energy will be truly amazing. I can tell you that. So if you're interested, well, we have still seats available. You should sign up fast. And well, I have a couple of downloads for you guys if you want them. So just if you want. Okay. So would you like to know how it feels like to embrace wisdom? That you know how it feels like to embrace knowledge? That you know how it feels like to embrace virtues? Would you like to know how it feels like to go deeper into a theta state of mind? Would you like to know how it feels like to expand your energy, to expand your abilities, and to take the next step in your spiritual development? If you want those downloads, please say yes. Perfect. Okay, so if you're interested, reach out. We're happy to give you more information. We'll have another webinar coming up, talking a little bit more about other aspects of the class, maybe. And well, I am already very excited to be traveling and to be coming to Taipei and to Shanghai. And well, I want to just say thank you to all of you for listening. I want to say a very special thank you to Anne. Anne is amazing. She's hosting us, even though all was a little bit short notice. She put everything together and she's always doing such an amazing job. So I really want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, Anne. Also want to say thank you to our amazing translators. Very nice also to have Cantonese with us today. So thank you both. And I'm really looking forward to be traveling. I really love Taipei, and I've never been to Shanghai, so I'm so curious to be there. So I'm very excited, and I would really love to see you there. So if you feel called, then please join us, because well, this is an opportunity which doesn't happen that often. So I'm very grateful for Anne to provide this opportunity to us so that we can really meet in person and have this connection. So thank you so much for that. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes.
I need to say something because it's very hard to get venues in Taipei because it's a weekend. So a lot of space, a lot of other venues are full. So we rented a very nice place, but it can only fit like maximum 50 people. And already a lot of people are asking. Yeah, it's true. 已经很多人在问那个场地，因为台北那个刚好是周末场，然后很多地方都已经客满了。对，所以我们找到一个场地，最多只能50个，因为你们要躺在地上啊，做那个水晶布局啊，所以就是虽然那个场地很大，但是只能50个人。所以如果客满的话，你们就要去上海。So if it is full, you will need to travel to Shanghai.
Yeah. Well, so you need to sign up fast so that you have a spot.
Yeah, because already a lot of people apply for scholarship and they already register， 已经蛮多人注册了。所以如果你真的想上，可以先注册啊。然后 also we were gonna give what's that called? Is it a crystal cup?
It is. I think it's what's the English term? Well, it's a drink bottle, a crystal water bottle. Crystal water bottle, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. 我们会送给大家 so we're gonna gift, but it's limited. It's not like for everybody. It's limited. So first come, first serve. Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing. Well, I don't have one next to me because today I have a bigger bottle with me.
It's something similar like that. Yeah, but next time maybe you can show us.
I can, if you have 30 seconds, I can get one.
Okay, yeah, we have time.
So give me 30 seconds.
老师要去拿给你们看，然后看有没有人同学要问问题，所以看同学有没有要问问题的。
here we go. These are the little bottles. And you can see they actually have, on the lower end, they have a storage. So you can put in your personal crystal blends. So it's empty usually. And then you can just put in whatever crystal you want to have in there. And those crystals then basically charge the water which you have above. So up here, you can put in water. And it's just a very nice bottle. Very good to drink out of. And it also comes with a little sleeve. I didn't find the sleeve now on short notice, but it's like a little travel sleeve so that it's protected when you have it in your purse. But it's actually pretty cool. And it charges with the crystals, it charges the water. So that's actually pretty cool. The crystals do not touch the water, so it's actually very safe. So it doesn't have any heavy metals or anything in the water in the end because it's, yeah. And we were very cautious about choosing the right one. This one is an eco-friendly one. So it is tested. We had to make all those food grade and everything tests, and it passed everything. So it's a really good bottle.
那个是 Theta Healing 的水壶哈，所以如果你报名的话，名额有限，所以尽早报名。你可以主办方有送那个水壶要给大家，水晶水壶。OK，Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. And well, I will close with a prayer real quick, if that's okay. And then I'm looking forward to see you guys in Taipei or in Shanghai, and or at the next webinar. And well, thank you again. So let's quickly close. Creator of all that is, Atanaha all that is, Creator, we thank you for all these amazing people. Thank you, Creator. Aho. Perfect. With your permission, I send you a little extra love. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon.
So if you want to ask Matthias questions, or you have curious, you have some question, we can answer you at the next webinar if you do have some questions. So please submit me the question. 所以如果有同学想问问题你可以呢就是发到我们客服然后马老师呢 Matthias 老师下次可以回应大家。Thank you, and thank you Leah, and thank you Donna. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. And thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.